Hey, I am Julie Riesler. I am the author of Get a PhD in You Business Edition, and I am so excited to have you here in this masterclass. I really wanted to provide an opportunity and a way to go deeper into this book and a little bit of a different focus. So what's going to happen is you will be able to tune into all three of these modules. So the first module today is going to be Mindset of Success. We're going to be talking about how to create a mindset of success, looking at being open and eager, releasing judgment, and we're going to talk about how to do that and why that's so important. I just wanted to give you a little bit of background really quick. I am somebody who believes that we are all meant to thrive. No matter what your career looks like, whether you are in a 9-to-5, whether you're working for another company, somebody else, maybe you're thinking of starting your own business, maybe you have your own business, maybe you want to do something on the side, entrepreneurial as a side hustle. Wherever you are, wherever you find yourself right now in your career, my belief is that the more that you have energy and focus on your strengths and thrive, the more that you can give that to the others around you, to the business or company that you're in, and the more that that translates to thriving within our communities, within our areas, the country, the world. So to me, it always starts with you. It starts with me. So we're going to look at the ROI of investing in you. So just to get it out of the way, because I didn't always know what ROI meant, ROI is the return on investment, and often we spend so much time, money, energy, and resources investing in everything else. We study subjects in school, we get PhDs or masters, we go and get certifications in other subjects, be it in social media or physics or art or yoga therapy or coaching. Those are all really important subjects. What we often though miss is doing that research, doing that kind of study on ourselves. What I've found personally through my own transformational experiences, both through many breakdowns, and I call them breakthroughs, and from breakups as well, that when you have more self-awareness, when you know what your strengths are, when you know what you're passionate about, when you have that ability to be empathic to yourself first and to others, then you're able to be in a whole different mode. It's like going from neutral. And I don't know about you, I'm not really a big neutral mediocre person. So you go from neutral to driving, and you can drive full throttle. You can thrive, you can crush it when you have that awareness. So that's a little background. I come from a coaching background. I got a master's degree in health and wellness coaching. And to me, this is really about digging deep to uncover your best of your best. So we're going to be looking at life, at your career from that angle. We're going to be taking a strengths-based approach. And what you will notice at the very end of the book, in the last chapter, there's a bonus chapter that's written by John Berghoff. He's a friend, he's a mentor, he's the leading expert in appreciative inquiry facilitation, and he does that all over the world. And what he has found, and what we have found using this strength-based approach, this appreciative type of questioning, is that when you focus on your strengths, what's going well, what we can celebrate, what we can honor, when you have more energy, those questions lead to new results, and they lead to more positive results. We tend to stay, as a society, and many humans, because we're wired to do this, we stay often in that negative mindset. We look at what isn't working well, maybe what we wish could have gone differently. And that's actually called something, it's known as the negative bias. And so don't be mad at yourself. We have created that as a way of survival. Negative bias is about looking for what could go wrong so that we can prepare ourselves, so that we can prepare ourselves for the worst case scenario. We have plan B, plan C, plan D. So what we're going to focus on in this course, in this masterclass, is really retraining yourself, reframing, shifting your mindset from that negative bias place to really a mindset of success. So that's where we're going to start right now. All right, so I want to make sure that you have paper and pen or somewhere you can take notes. Really important that in addition to watching this, or if you're an audio learner, if listening to this, I'm a big believer that taking notes, however that looks for you, is a great way to integrate whatever it is that you're learning, whatever it is that speaks to you. I'm also a big believer in the principle of take what you like and leave the rest. So if something I'm saying to you doesn't really resonate or kind of feels like, yep, nope, not really for me, then don't use it. On the other hand, if there is something that really, really feels in alignment, I hope you will take it and use it and share it with others. The last thing I'll say before we dive in is that this book is meant to inspire and help and really shift the way our business culture is going so that we are one of thriving, where we support each other to thrive. And so if it's something that you're interested in, to have me or somebody else to work with this book in your company or your group or your team or your retreat or your event, please let me know. I would be honored to help move this strength-based approach forward. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're talking right now about a successful mindset. And the reason this is the first module is because without a successful mindset, without that growth mindset, it's very hard to go forward and thrive. It just is. So I'm sure if you're watching, you've probably had moments in your life where you have felt like, it's just everything is unfolding in a way that's negative. It's not working, right? You get into your car and you spill your coffee. You get to work and you're already behind in calls. And then you get someone who comes in and tells you that you did a miserable job on your Excel spreadsheet, or that you missed something on one of the reports you prepared, right? And then all of a sudden the day feels like horrible and it feels like a disaster. And so often what happens is we will take one event, one thought that we have, and we will create a whole framework of thoughts around that. So on average, human beings have around 70,000 thoughts a day, which is quite a few thoughts a day, right? And we're saying things to ourselves all the time. So one of the things I want you to start looking at right off the bat, when you wake up, when you get out of bed, what are you saying to yourself? Are you starting in a place of eagerness for the day? Are you starting from a place of gratitude and appreciation? Or maybe you're thinking, I know I've been there, where you're thinking, crap, I didn't get enough sleep, I'm exhausted, I don't feel like going to work today, I don't feel like walking the dog, right? So I want you to start noticing for yourself. So make a little note, do a little research on you, on your mindset right away in the morning when you get up. How is that going? And that is a great place to start, to notice that mindset. I also want you to notice your mindset. Maybe you start out in a great way and you start off with a lot of energy and vigor. I am a huge fan of the book, The Miracle Morning. My friend and mentor and an incredible guy, incredible author, Hal Elrod, wrote The Miracle Morning, and I highly recommend it. It's a great way to get your morning routine really at a place that's gonna serve you. So maybe you do have that going on for you. You have that routine, you feel energized, then you get to work. So this is what used to happen to me. I was in a corporate job for about 11 years. Great place. After a while, I started to feel like I could be doing more. So I started to look at that because I would get to my desk, right? And I would have a great morning. I would exercise, I'd do my affirmations, my meditation, and I'd get to work and I'd be like, uh-oh, I don't have it. I don't know if I want to be here. I just had someone cancel. I just found out something I did was incorrect, right? And I could see this snowball effect of negativity. So I want you to notice, secondly, for you, when you wake up is number one. Number two is when you get to work. How are you being? What are you saying to yourself? Are you starting out of the gate in a positive mindset, in a successful mindset? Are you claiming the day to be successful? We actually get to decide, we choose all the time how everything is going to unfold. Right? And as you read and work through this book, you're really going to notice there's a lot of questions. I like to ask a lot of questions so that you can get more insight. We often don't ask ourselves those questions. Many of us tune out to TV or social media or gossip. And now we're taking that focus, which we typically put everywhere else, and we're putting it back on ourselves. So I want you to notice how you're feeling at work. What are you saying to yourself? Do you have a successful plan? So something I noticed is that I did not have the best mindset. I was there 11 years, probably like the 9th year, I could feel I was ready to do something different. And I just all of a sudden would get to work and have low energy, be frustrated and annoyed, try not to take it out on my colleagues who are gracious to me. And I realized it's on me to change my mindset. It's on me to shift the game. And so I created a game for myself. And I recommend this. I created a game. A couple things. One, I made sure to find at least one thing I was super grateful for within my job. And that was pretty easy because just getting a paycheck, by the way, could be it. Number two, I made sure to find a learning or a lesson every day. So that was part of my mindset for success. Being open, being eager, trying to see how I could learn and grow. Every day I had to find one learning or growth opportunity, something. So one gratitude, one growth opportunity. And then the third thing is I had to make sure to share an appreciation with somebody. So either it was someone in my office, it was somebody on email, but I had to make sure to appreciate them. An authentic, genuine appreciation. So while this is not in the book and why I am offering this to you as a masterclass, this is a phenomenal way and an easy way to start shifting how you do work, how you show up, how you're being, what you're focusing on. And let me just say this, maybe you're somebody that has your own business and you're super excited about what you're doing and you feel energized. You might have this little thing called the inner critic. I certainly have had that before, that says to you things like, I don't know if I'm good enough, I've never done that before, everyone else is doing that, I don't know if I can do it. Like, all those voices can also affect your mindset. And so going back to what I just shared, those 3 simple tools, one gratitude, right? One gratitude, one thing that you have learned, and then one thing that you appreciate about somebody else, authentic appreciation. You could take those 3 things on, probably add about 5 minutes to your day. Every day, you're sifting, you're harvesting for appreciations, for the gift, the gratitude, and for what you're learning. Guaranteed, you're gonna shift your mindset. And by the way, this works in all areas of life. So let's say you go home and your kids are screaming at each other. I have a son and a daughter, and they often fight, not as much now as they get older, but they've definitely had their fair share of fighting, and it drives me bananas. So right there and then, what do? Pause, take a breath. What am I grateful for, right? What can I learn from this? And what's an appreciation that I can give to somebody else? I'm telling you, or for yourself, by the way. It could be an appreciation for yourself as well. That has changed the game. And it's not about being perfect, it's just about setting a habit. So this is what we're really diving into right now, is this habit of having this mindset that's all about being successful in your whole life, not just your career. And by success, I'm not just talking about financial and dollars. I'm talking about joy and having energy and satisfaction and enjoying your life, right? That is so important. To me, that's part of what it means to crush it, to feel embodied in what you're doing, to feel grateful, to feel joyful and satisfied. So that's what my thought for you is, and the takeaway would be to ask yourself, when are you going to do this? So if you're watching this right now and there's still 5 minutes left in the day, and if you're about to go to bed, you still have time. So basically, anytime you're watching this, you could take it on right now. I want you to take the next 3 to 5 minutes. And my invitation to you is to give ROI a try. All right, so here are the questions to ask yourself. We're gonna do a quick recap, okay? So again, I think we all have 5 minutes. So just find 3 to 5 minutes and you're gonna ask yourself, 1, what's at least one thing that you are grateful for in your career and or in your life? Number 2, what is something that you have learned today? Again, in your career or at work. And lastly, 3, I want you to think about an appreciation. Something that you appreciate about somebody else. This could be someone you work with, work for, that you got to meet at the supermarket, it doesn't matter. And I want you to share it with that person. A little bonus to that is to find an appreciation for yourself and to give yourself that comment and that knowing and that thought for you. So that's the quick recap for our module 1. I am so happy to have you here. My intention is to add enormous value and really so that we can all thrive and crush it at work and in life. I'm so excited to see you in module 2, and I can't wait to have you there.